Today's guest is friend and Compass colleague Beth Douglas. Beth is a longtime resident of North Texas and a luxury real estate agent. We'll be talking all things North Texas and a little bit of real estate too. Welcome to the podcast. I want to hear about your story a little bit. So I know part of it, but our audience doesn't know your whole story. Okay. So you grew up in Dallas.
I grew up in Dallas.
Went to Trinity Christian, and somehow, some way, you made it up past 635, north of 635, which for the Park City people,
Welch Road,
it's pretty scary to go past the 635.
Yeah.
And now you're even north of George Bush.
That's right. I'm north
of
tell us 380.
Tell us how you made this migration north.
Okay. So after college, I went to UT in Austin, came back, and graduated with a teaching degree.
Okay.
So adapted PE.
Oh, nice.
And so I did that. So I was in Georgetown for a year, and then I came up to Dallas, and I was at Renner Middle School in Plano for a year, and then actually went to Trinity.
Oh, so you taught at Trinity also? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I was the volleyball and basketball coach at Trinity for a couple years while my kids were little. And then in 2005, when my youngest went to Trinity in kindergarten, I got into real estate.
Okay. Which was just a few years ago.
Was just a few years ago.
What inspired you to get into real estate?
Well, so this is actually really kind of interesting. So while the kids were little, before they were in school, I was a wedding coordinator. So on Saturdays, I would go and do all these awesome weddings down in Highland Park and University Park and all over. And I worked for Sally Jones. So it was just her little wedding company.
Okay.
And she sat me down one day and said, I'm going to retire. Do you want to take over my business? I was like, oh my God, I cannot do this full time. Like I had little kids. I had a little 3-year-old. I was like, there's no way. And so I go, well, what am I going to do, Sally? And she's a family friend. I've known her for forever. I'm like, what am I going to do? And she's like, well, Beth, your whole family is in real estate. I mean, your grandfather, developed Galveston pretty much.
Wow.
Your father is a commercial real estate agent. Y'all own property, y'all own Parker Preston, have you thought about residential real estate? And I'm like, I haven't even thought about it. And she goes, well, you're great with people. You know what to do. You're good with numbers. I mean, if you can do these weddings, you can sell a house. Yeah. and so that's what I did. I called my dad's friend, Barry Hoffer, was already had a team, a group. I knew I wanted to join a group. And I called him, and I mean, even before I had my license, I had people waiting for me to list their house. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then here we are today.
More than a decade later. Maybe almost 2 decades later.
Yeah. So all my original selling was in Bent Tree, Oak Tree, all down in there.
Yeah.
Bent Tree West, Bent Tree North. Yeah, far North Dallas. And then now, it progressively has gotten, all the way up to now, I live in Anna. Yeah. And, sold a house in Melissa a couple weeks ago. And I'm showing property today in Van Alstyne.
You more or less followed the growth yourself because, like you said, the tollway didn't go north of that. And now it's, now Plano's huge and now Frisco, now north of 380. It just keeps going.
Well, I was with Ebby Halliday for so long, and the one thing I remember her telling us is follow the dump trucks. Follow the growth. Follow the dump trucks.
Yeah.
But I go anywhere, obviously. I mean, client referrals, I go wherever, but...
Yeah. Somebody asked me, what areas do you service? And I said, mostly Plano, Collin County area, but I do get attached to clients, so when they ask me to drive to a lake and sell their lake lot, I go with them.
Yeah, like I did South Padre Island.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay. That must have been an interesting listing.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
You're like, I'm going to have to do an open house every weekend.
That would be a good video one.
That's funny. Yeah. So what do you like about being a real estate agent?
Well, I love how each day is different. It's a challenge. It's very challenging.
Yeah.
I don't like everything to be the same. And so I guess that's why, and I like to always be going and doing and grooving, and I love seeing new things. You know, like you were telling me about the
dog parks.
Well, but the
shacks.
The shacks. I had no idea. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I
we'll
love
have to go
just
check it out.
Yeah, I just love learning, you know, new things and meeting new people and helping people.
Yeah.
You know,
It's very dynamic. I think it's funny because I have a lot of people reach out lately like, I think I want to get a real estate license. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, it looks so easy. And I'm like, well, the good agents just make it look easy and buffer you from the chaos and, you know, disappointment and everything else.
It is not for the faint at heart.
Roller coaster. That's why we have Jack Daniels on my desk.
I'm like, here, park them in here.
Yeah.
Today's actually a good day. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have more good days than not. Yeah. What don't you like about being a real estate agent?
Really, the one thing I would have to say, and it's not a don't, it's just that I have to work on it really hard, is my time management with not letting it overtake, you know, personal time or my family time or I've gotten better at it over the years, but for a while there, oh my gosh, like 2013, 14, 15, 16, oh my gosh. I mean, it was just like crazy.
Yeah.
And actually the last couple of months have been kind of crazy too. So the balance, really working on the balance.
It's a constant for me, figuring out like what's a balance between work and life. And, you know, that's the challenge of this industry for sure.
But what I love now, you know, I took up golf. And
that's right.
You know,
about a year ago?
Well, I'm like 9 months, I think. So almost
about a year ago. Yeah.
So almost a year. And so now I have clients, because I used to play tennis, and I had a lot of clients that were tennis players, and, you know, we'd just go buy houses, and, you know, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, so now I'm transferring that into golf. And so I have this Van Alstyne that I'm showing today are two ladies from Hurricane Creek Country Club.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Hurricane Creek is pretty far up north, isn't it?
So it's 2-3 exits past the Buc-ee's, you know, that's in Melissa.
I know. I do always make sure to stop at that Buc-ee's when I'm on the road. I was at Buc-ee's yesterday. That's part
up
of
there?
No. On 45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I headed toward Lake Richland Chambers.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a Buc-ee's, I'm like, I think I need to stop.
Oh, yeah, they're the best.
They are the best. So that's something I want to talk about is you bought a farm or started a farm recently.
So it was a client.
Okay.
So actually, you know, I'm engaged to him.
Okay.
So it is mine. It is mine too. But yeah, sold his house in McKinney, where the 380 bypass is going through, and his house got 6 times what he bought it for.
Yeah.
So he's very excited, and wanted to move to Salina, you know, somewhere up north. And then we just happened upon Anna, and we found this house, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yes, we started a ranch, Apache Sky Ranch.
There's a name. Apache
It has
Sky
a
Ranch.
name.
Okay.
Yes.
And you
Apache Sky Ranch.
I know you have horses because I've seen the horses. They're kind of rescue horses, right?
Everything's a rescue at the house.
Oh, wow.
So we have, he had the horses before, and so now we have 4. We did have 6, but yeah. So we have 4, and then I have my fainting goats.
What's a fainting goat?
So it is a goat that faints. Just kills over and goes.
That's how they die, or that's just how they sleep?
No, it's a defense mechanism. Like if they get scared, so it's like a protection thing.
That's a unique protection mechanism.
I know.
Some humans have that too. I think.
But yeah, so I've had them they had their first birthday in October because I threw a little birthday party for them. So I have 5 of those.
Okay.
And one of them's my show goat.
Yeah.
So he's been to Brenham into Missouri.
So it's funny because you're kind of a city girl, and now you have a show goat, and you're personally showing him, him or her.
Him.
And what's the show goat's name?
Caramel Macchiato.
It's a very city name. So interesting. So you have the goats, you have chickens, because I got some farm fresh eggs from you one time, and you have the multiple ranch dogs. And did I miss anything?
Well, we have the neighbor's peacock that comes over now.
Oh, wow.
And we have guinea hens from the neighbor.
Okay.
Then they just had babies. They're so cute.
The hens, babies are cute?
Yes, the little guinea hens.
Oh.
So we have 4 babies right now. Hope they all make it.
Yeah, that's the thing about
But
small
I
animals.
love, and I thought, you know what, going back to like the real estate, I love going out there when I'm done. Because like, you know, I do my real estate. So that's another like just...
it's a nice transition.
Yes, like just peace, like
Yeah.
going out and looking at the greenery, and we have a pond, so I watch the birds. Oh, the birds are just beautiful out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, and it's not far. I mean, I can get out there in
That's the
20
tricky
minutes.
thing, is it people perceive it to be much further than it is.
It's not. I mean, I can be home in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's super awesome. I would love to have something like that where you're like, just check out. And be sort of in nature.
Yes.
How are things? So you have the transition time now from work or kind of in a city or urban area to going home. Even though you have a little bit of land, but you are in the suburbs. How's that been transitioning from kind of living in the urban or metro area more to a suburb?
Well, I never thought I would do it. First off,
Yeah.
I mean, I totally, it's no lie. I am a city girl.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, Royal and the Tollway is where I grew up. I mean, yeah. I love it. I could never go back, ever.
Never go back.
Never. Like,
What do you love most about it?
I think I just love looking out the window and seeing the green, the trees, and the the birds. I love the birds. It's just so relaxing.
Yeah, being by nature.
Yeah, I just love it.
That's awesome. Well, I'm happy for you that you can have that. I'm like, how can I create that for myself now too?
Pretty easy. Come to Anna.
I'm
So
not
these
sure I'm
lots
ready
in
for
Van
that.
Alstyne are an acre.
Oh wow,
Yeah, houses are like $550.
that's amazing to think about.
Yeah.
Well, I bet when you were younger, a house in Plano, where we're filming now, a house in Plano was probably 200, 150.
Oh yeah. I mean, my mom, when we moved up here from Beaumont when I was 8, the house she bought at Royal and the Tollway was like $150,000.
Yeah, that's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, and now like the tornado went through there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Now I think it's a $2 million house built on it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's
crazy. So I do love the North Texas growth story, and you've been watching it even longer than me in your real estate career. Well, you mentioned you're kind of like a woman about town, like checking all kinds of things out. I want to hear some of your favorite hotspots.
Some of my favorite hotspots. Well, currently right now, one of my favorite hotspots is Hurricane Creek Country Club.
Okay.
Because I took up golf.
Which is in Anna, Texas.
And I really like, which is in Anna.
Yeah.
Right in between Anna and Van Alstyne.
Or if you're fancy, you can say Anna, Texas. No.
It's Anna.
Anna, Texas.
Well, you had showed me that picture just a minute ago. I love Ford's Garage right here in Plano. Like that. I'm a foodie.
Yeah, so
I'm a big
restaurants,
foodie.
like,
yeah.
if you were to eat out, maybe you do, one day a week, where would your places be that you would eat out at here?
In Plano?
Anywhere.
Or where?
Kind of just
Anywhere?
general North Texas.
Well, like in downtown McKinney, I love Rick's Chop House. So I was there last night.
Nice. Steaks.
Steaks and seafood. Down here, I mean, I'm honest, I love Luby's.
I haven't ever
still
been
love
there.
it. You
I've
haven't
never
been to
there.
Luby's? It's
Isn't
right
it
across the
Luby's kind of
street.
like? I know, isn't it kind of like a cafeteria?
It's a cafeteria.
And so you go and you pick
get
your
your tray,
foods. Okay.
and you get your macaroni and cheese, and then you get your chocolate milk, and I love it.
Interesting.
I grew up eating at Luby's.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a comfort. It's already
Yes.
comfort food, and then it's
Yes.
the comfort. So you'd go to this Chop House. You'd go to Luby's, maybe Ford's Garage. What's another
I
spot
love
you'd choose?
Sushi Marquee up in the Star.
Oh, okay.
I love that a lot. There's a lot of new restaurants up there I haven't tried actually.
I actually have noticing recently. I was like, wow, there's a lot of restaurants here that I should check out.
Yeah.
I tend to get in a groove where I'm like, these are my favorites, and I just kind of go there, and then maybe I'll be like, I've had this, 500 times now. Maybe I should either try a new menu item or try a new restaurant.
Well, and that Chop Shop, just right over here. This is real
Oh,
casual.
yeah. We
I
went
love
there
that.
together one time.
Yeah, I love that.
What else?
I'm trying to think. I don't really go down into Dallas much anymore to eat because we have it all up here.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of the popular restaurant concepts are now here. Mm-hmm. Some of them are even try it here and then branch out a little bit, which I think is cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about favorite neighborhoods?
Favorite neighborhoods. Well, I'm pretty partial to Oak Tree, which is, far north Dallas.
It's a great location.
Yeah. I've been, I have a couple listings up north, one in Aubrey. Mm-hmm. So learning a lot more about Sambrock, which is up north of 380. Really and Trinity Falls.
In McKinney?
It's in McKinney.
Trinity Falls is huge.
Huge. So Del Webb, I've been in there a lot lately.
And Del Webb is typically 55 plus. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're building a great product up there right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have a few neighborhoods around it. I only bring it up because not everybody can go there, right?
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. Well, they have Trinity Falls has
everything,
the one section,
but they have a section that's 55 plus. Yeah.
So
I've noticed a lot of neighborhoods are kind of doing that now, where the master plan communities where grandma and grandpa can have their 55 plus
right around
area,
the corner,
and
have their golf cart and they come get you.
So I think a lot of our viewers are people that are thinking about moving to North Texas. What neighborhoods would you say, like, hey, check these out, or maybe they're beneath the radar screen?
Well, I think you kind of have to start out with the areas.
Okay.
Like before I even get to the neighborhoods, I would be like, check out the areas.
Yeah, well, that's wise.
Stonebridge Ranch up in McKinney is still great.
So great.
God, I'm trying to think. I mean, neighborhood's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much growth
because there's so much to
too.
choose from. Yeah, I mean.
Well, so area. So we have Stonebridge Ranch, which is kind of an area or neighborhood.
McKinney, yeah.
McKinney. What about Frisco? What areas would you think? I mean, Frisco is an area, but it's also got some spots.
I love that Trails of Frisco.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trails of Frisco.
And then Shattuck Estates.
Oh, that's
Shattuck
nice.
Creek Estates.
Yeah. No, West Plano. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
Where would you pick West Plano?
Well, I love, there's a lot to choose from.
It's a safe bet. Yeah. If you're like, hey, where do we go? That's central. It's going to have good neighborhoods.
Yeah. Because Oak Tree, is Plano schools.
Right.
So, yeah. I would say Oak Tree.
Yeah. Okay. So far north Dallas, Plano schools.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people don't think about. Is because some people are thinking North Dallas and there's that pocket right there that's in Plano schools. And so they're effectively a West Plano neighborhood.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's
I'm super biased to West Plano. I can't probably articulate why, I just am. Yeah, that's a good tip for people. Mm-hmm. What's advice that you would give to a family moving here more broadly?
Some advice. I think it's really important for them to come visit. I know you can see things on the computer and you can look at, all the information, but I think you need to come feel it. Mm-hmm. You need to come drive it and you need to come check it out.
Yeah.
So, it's a great trip.
There's no substitute for being here in person.
None. Yeah.
During COVID, did you have a lot of people that wanted to do the remote shopping or not really?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our team. We have a lot more online, so we had quite a bit of that. And I was always like, "Hey, here's the deal. We can shop online, but you need to come during the option period and see the house in person. That's my deal with you.
Yeah,
and it might be an expensive flight, but it'll be totally worth it to come and see the house, see the area, while we can just change your mind for any reason.
Well, and I encourage them to make a vacation out of it. Come do what you need to do, the business you need to do, and look around. But then, go to Six Flags. Take your kids to Six Flags. Or
I've never been to Six Flags. Can you believe that?
You've never been to Six Flags?
I know. It just never really made it to my list of activities.
Arlington.
I know.
You should. It's fun. But don't go now because it's hot.
Yeah. Maybe the fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a spook, for Halloween.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. I don't know. I haven't been to Six Flags in a while, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been to Disneyland far more times since moving to Dallas and never once been to Six Flags.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So that's what I would
recommend. So your
advice
would be, come visit, put feet on the ground, explore, but make it a vacation of it and have fun.
Yeah.
In between episodes, stay up to date on all things home and lifestyle with my weekly newsletter, Into the Weekend with Matt. where I share the latest real estate updates, new videos from our team, and advice for both buyers and sellers alike. To sign up, go to hastingsre.com/ITW. That's HAISTINGSRE.com/ITW.
So yeah, what are fun things you would do here personally?
Fun things that I do here. Well, I play golf.
Okay. Yeah. It's almost like a ritual now, though.
Well, it is. It's very, again, it kind of goes back to the nature, being outside and just relaxing. And, I just can get my stuff done and then go play. But I'm meeting new people. We had a tournament yesterday. I met, 100 new women.
Wow.
I sponsored a table,
Wow.
And everything. And so gave out some prizes. So it was fun. So a little work, a little play.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I have 2 nieces, and they are into shopping right now, and so I'm helping my sister. So I've been going around shopping with them.
You could be Aunt Beth.
Aunt Beth, yes. I don't know. I just kind of work and do my
Work
thing.
And play.
Work and play.
You're very
there you go.
spontaneous.
Yeah, I am. I just go with the flow. So. I like movies. I love to go to iPick and Allen and watch movies.
What's different about iPick compared to the other theaters?
Oh, it has the little pods. So it's 2 people in a little pod like this, and then you have to push the button, and the food's phenomenal. Our friend.
So it's like a date spot in a way because it's the pod, and then it's food too. Mm-hmm. I've been a big fan of Studio Movie Grill. When I moved here, I was like, this is amazing. And like in the summer, sometimes on a weekday, if you have a busy weekend, it can be fun to just sneak away.
Yeah.
It's a good, easy excuse to turn off your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I always get the barbecue chicken pizza there. I say like the same thing.
Yeah, and back to food. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, let's go back to food.
My absolutely favorite restaurant down here in Plano is called Yao Fuzi. And it's just right at Park and Preston.
Yeah.
And it's so
I went there for the first time this year.
You did? Did you like it?
I did. It was good. We had a team event there.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. One of the things that's different about your career compared to a lot of real estate agents is you've done a lot of luxury. And I'd love to talk a little bit about the luxury real estate market, maybe how that's different, what's going on in North Texas. First of all, how did you end up getting into luxury?
It found me.
Okay.
So seriously,
that's the best way.
Yeah. It just found me, and it just, the clients, it just happened.
Yeah.
And really what's different, not too much, because I really kind of run everything the same way, but you do kind of need to give more detail, like the specific kind of granite, it's not just granite. You have to be a little more detailed on all of your things that you market or that you tell.
Yeah.
But, and then a lot of times the clients are gone, or it's a lot of listening to them and then having to maybe talk to them more or find where they are.
When you say find where they are, like,
if they're gone. If they're gone.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
They're
so
gone.
like when you're selling their house, you really have to do a little extra coordination.
Yeah.
Because their lifestyle can be quite a bit different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
And then when people are buying in luxury, like what would you look for different compared to like an everyday home in a subdivision?
Really, it's just listening to what they want, and then, pointing that feature out in the house, because sometimes they get overwhelmed. And that's I'm like a really, really good listener. And, but really with luxury and with just, all a normal house, it's all pretty much the same to me. I don't really do a whole lot different.
Yeah, I think it's important to treat everybody the same.
I treat everybody the same. But I do listen, and some of the luxury, houses will have a wine cellar, or they'll have one recently had a tornado shelter. That was interesting.
Yeah. So there's some unique features that you're not going to see, and they're probably almost all custom.
Most, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the finish
so
out
the builder, since I grew up here, I know a lot of these builders, so I can, say, here, go check out,
Yeah.
this person.
What do you think's going on in the luxury market? Is it kind of, when I think of the mainstream market here in North Texas, I think it's pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of demand and not a lot of supply.
Right.
Does that look different in the luxury section?
I think most luxuries do take a little bit longer, especially like the 3 million, the 4 million, the higher price points definitely take longer.
Yeah,
and you just have to set that expectation with the client.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about because, like in Collin County, as an example, or like far north Dallas, there are just fewer people that are willing to spend $3-4 million on a home. Those neighborhoods exist. Any favorite luxury areas or neighborhoods?
Well, I mean, it's kind of
like, let's say a
hard.
person that's got a $2 or $3 million budget, which would be luxury for Collin County.
In Frisco, there's the hills, up there.
Hills of Kingswood.
Kingswood.
Yeah, and that's newer too.
I've never really been in there though yet.
It's a unique neighborhood to me. It's got the one luxury section, which is, I haven't been there in a year or so, but I think that one area, the luxury side, has really taken off. But then the kind of I don't want to say mainstream because it's still almost $1 million home now, but the sort of regular lot lines there, I was confused by that neighborhood initially because I was like, okay, it feels like you can't make up your mind on whether you're exclusively a luxury neighborhood,
right,
or whether you're adding in like mostly these villa homes and kind of like production builders. But I've heard that the luxury side has really taken off.
Again, I kind of go back to like Trinity Falls, and
do they have luxury up there?
Some of these Del Webbs, the price tags, $800,000-$900,000 once you're done.
Which for a Del Webb home is
it's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's surprising to me. Some of our team members have done a lot of stuff in Trinity Falls, but I haven't personally spent as much time up there. What about Lucas and Parker? I know you've sold some homes out there.
Yes,
I feel like that's beneath the radar screen for people.
Yeah, so that definitely, most all of them on the land out there are luxury, custom builds out there, so land
Like
plus
acre plus.
gorgeous homes out there.
So if you want to live like in Lucas or Parker, you're probably getting a 1.5, 2 acre lot, I bet.
Oh, or more.
Or more.
Yes.
And then the home is probably like
4,000 or 5,000 square
minimum.
feet.
Yeah. And what kind of budget? 2-3 million?
Probably, I'd say, like 1.5 to 3.
That's not crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get the land that I love.
You get to have a little bit of both, and you're pretty close. You can still be in Whole Foods in 5-10 minutes. Yeah. I know that's important. How far are we from Whole Foods? The criteria that I personally set is pretty unique.
Well, that's smart though. I mean, and that's another thing too. When people come, I think it's good. Like once you find the location that you're going to kind of hone in on, find the grocery stores. Find do your life. Like where are you going to take the kids to school? Then are you going to go to Starbucks, or are you going to go
or do you want an independent
to
coffee
H-E-B,
shop?
or do you want to go to I mean, what would you do, and is it buy where you're buying?
I have this bias that I've been talking about a lot lately. Not my bias, but I think people have a bias lately where they overemphasize the home in their search and underemphasize the neighborhood. And I'm like, your quality of life will be more affected by the neighborhood than the house.
100%. Because you can change things inside the house if you want.
Yeah, or even tear it down.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the neighborhood. But I mean, I think we're going to see, this is a hypothesis. I want to hear what you think about it. I think we're going to see a lot of tear downs in West Plano in the next 5 years.
Yes.
Like in the
because it was built in the 90s and the 80s.
But the location's still primo.
Oh, yeah.
Like we talked about Lakeside Preston, I think, before the show. Those are slightly older homes, different style, but the neighborhood is, I think, pretty spectacular.
The real estate there is spectacular.
Yeah. Or they're going to see like total gut jobs on those houses where they're remodeled.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Over here by our office, like Willow Bend Estates. I'm excited to see Bob Thompson's new development, though, on Willow Bend Polo Estates.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be cool. Yeah.
That's prime land.
Yeah. The location is primo. That's my word of choice.
Definitely primo. He held out for the longest time.
Yeah. So you have a real estate team.
I do.
What advice would you give to a new real estate agent?
To be a very good listener. I mean, it's very, very, very important to shadow your mentor and to listen and to ask questions, because there's no dumb question. This morning driving in, my Troy, who's down in Austin, he called and, we went over some things on a contract, and
Yeah.
it's just good, and it helps me too. I mean, it reminds me, of things that I already know.
Stay sharp.
But
Yeah.
to stay sharp, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love having a team.
I've had a lot more fun, I think, having a team than being a solo agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Yeah. It keeps me on my toes for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But it also, I think, helps because I get more exposure to more transactions. So it's like you can see what's happening in different parts of the market, or, I may never even meet the clients that some of the team agents work
Right.
with. It's fun when I do, for sure. But to get to know the additional stories and to also kind of expand how we're serving people.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. So for new agents, be a good listener. Probably join a team. Any other insider tips you'd give?
Well, to shadow. I mean, I think that's
just
really, really,
really
really
soak up
important
the mentorship.
to use it and ask questions. I mean, there's no dumb question out there.
Right. Because the client will ask it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Some crazy questions.
Try to be proactive.
Yeah. I try to get ahead of the client questions first, because it's like, well, why did this house go on, under contract 3 times? Like, let me ask that before we even see the house.
Let me have
Because
this.
I'm pretty sure they're going to check on Zillow and be like, hey, why did this house go under contract 3 times? And rather be like, I don't know. Well, I kind of want to know too. Let me ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's good too to give them in the very, very beginning, let them see what you do. I mean, because they might not understand. I mean, this business, it's not, let me go open a house and, write a contract and make,
a lot of
$30,000. I mean, that is not how it works. So, I mean, at all. So I think
they're the rare times when it happens like that, but that's the exception.
Well, few and far between for sure. But I think it's good for them to see you talking to a client on the phone, or, hearing, okay, well, this scenario happened, how did I fix it?
What does a day in the life look like? That kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. What does a day in the life look like? Now that we mentioned that.
Well, today.
Yeah. Today you get to wake up.
Today.
Be on a podcast.
Yeah. I already talked to both my team members already.
Okay. Putting together deals.
Yeah. DocuSigned an amendment somewhere, and then going to Van Alstyne to show some property.
So some lots. Or are there houses on them already?
No houses. The lots. And then go to downtown McKinney to take my client, who's from California, moving here, to show him Rick's. We're going to go eat at Rick's again.
And whenever I think downtown McKinney, I always think Emporium Pies.
I have a gift card to there.
What?
I got a gift card for Christmas to there. I've
gotta
never
go.
been there.
You've never been there?
No, I'm not a pie person.
What?
But I know they have the secret restroom. So
They
if you're
have a
in
secret
downtown
restroom at
McKinney, if you're in downtown McKinney, and if you need to use the restroom, they have one in the courthouse, the downtown McKinney courthouse, which is really cool. But Emporium Pies does have, but you should buy a pie,
of course.
Yeah.
So this is fun.
See, spontaneous. There you go.
This is so you could go to, instead of getting dessert at the Chop House, you could have a pie at Emporium Pies. I recommend the Lord of the Pies, which is this huge apple pie. It's amazing.
It's so funny. I'm not even a pie eater.
You
know what I like? Dairy Queen. I like the chocolate dip cones.
Texas.
Whataburger, Dairy Queen.
I know. So a Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Whataburger.
Oh man, I can't.
Whataburger.
I grew up in California, right? But I didn't have In-N-Out in my hometown growing up.
Yeah.
But as I became a young
here's the
adult,
deal.
like when I went home, I was by airports and stuff. And now when I moved to Dallas, I was like, wow, they have In-N-Out. This is amazing.
So have you been to an In-N-Out here?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they taste the same as California's?
I think it's pretty close. Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think it's better in California?
Mm-hmm. I think it's really good in California, but maybe that's because they don't have a Whataburger.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. I think this is an ongoing team debate. In fact, I think I'm going to add it as an interview question for our team, like Whataburger or In-N-Out.
That's funny.
But the true Texans always say Whataburger.
But now, honestly, I mean, Whataburger has competition now. So, I mean, like, I don't even go to Whataburger much anymore because I like the Ford's Garage.
Well, yeah, and
burger.
that's not even competition. Like that's a $20 hamburger versus a
true.
$5
$5.99,
fast food.
yeah.
But for fast food, which I'm on the go a lot, sometimes I want to have a In-N-Out hamburger.
Okay.
And
Aren't they little?
They're comfortably sized.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not a mini hamburger.
Okay. I'm thinking, what was that?
Carl's Jr.
Maybe not
No.
Carl's Jr., but it was something else. It was on right there off Midway and Trinity Mills on the corner.
Whenever I was going over there to Midway and Trinity Hills,
Trinity Hills. Trinity Hills. Trinity Mills.
There was the Lifetime over there that I used to go to.
Oh yeah.
So I was
used
always
to
on
be
my
a member at
I was
that
on my
one.
best behavior because I was going to the gym or from the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, but interesting. So, but yeah, we digress. That's fun thinking about eating. Maybe I'm hungry
I think
today.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't film these in the morning. What's next for you in 2023?
Not a whole lot. I mean, same old, same old. I mean,
Okay.
everything's working great right now, so I don't want to change too much. My best friend's daughter's going to have a baby in July.
Okay.
And so I've been asked to be the honorary grandmother. So
Wow,
I'm very excited about that.
So there'll be 2 grandmas or 3 grandmas.
Two,
Okay.
because his mom passed away a couple years
Okay.
ago, and so I'm gonna get to be a grandma in a month. So that's
Yeah.
kind of fun, and they live up in Melissa, right by me, and so I'm the closest one.
Okay. So you might be doing some babysitting soon.
Babysitting. Yeah, I'm gonna get a car seat in my car, and I already have my nickname. So
Your nickname for you, can you tell us?
sure, Birdie.
Birdie. Huh.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I suppose so. I hadn't thought about those names.
So that's very different. So I'm really excited
Yeah,
about
and
that.
you have kids of your own. One thing we didn't really talk about was raising a family in North Texas.
Okay. Yeah, I have 2 boys that went to, Trinity.
One.
And then one stayed at Trinity, and then one went to Shelton.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, they were both born in Dallas.
Yeah.
Walnut Hill,
And now they're
Presbyterian.
young men, like
Now they're young men. Yeah.
doing careers.
Yep.
But I bring this up to a lot of our guests because I think people moving here, like especially a lot of Californians, are still thinking about moving to Texas or at least moving out of California. Period.
Yeah.
And Texas is on the list. And I think some people are like, "Oh, what's it going to be like to raise our kids there?"
Well,
You know what I
it's
mean? I feel like-
phenomenal. I
Yeah,
mean,
okay.
it's great.
Tell
I mean,
us.
you have Whataburger.
Yeah, it's true. And if you still need an ear fix, you can
And
get
you
that
can take
too.
them to Luby's.
Yeah.
It's a great place to raise. We don't have the beaches. We don't have that, but you can get to the beach.
Yeah.
You can get to
You can get anywhere
Galveston.
in the world from DFW Airport.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Galveston in 4 hours. You can go to Cedar Creek Lake.
Yeah.
So it's great. I mean, I think everybody's nice here. It's just nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not living anywhere else.
Did your kids do sports growing up?
They did. Drew, my youngest, played tennis.
Okay.
And then Brandon was a baseball player.
Oh, wow. I do think sports here are super competitive.
Very competitive. Very.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, it is what it is, but I grew up in a small town, so I guess, they didn't have all these select leagues or anything. There wasn't the pool of people for that.
Well,
but,
and back when I was growing up here, I mean, we didn't have to do all this club volleyball, all this club. We didn't have to do any of that. But now it's kind of like,
yeah, my
have
friends
to.
with kids, it's like, wow, there's a lot
It's
of
a lot.
activities going on. So I think maybe somebody to be mindful of, hey, like before we get on the sports bandwagon, let's make sure the kids like it and we like it.
Yeah, because it's going to overtake your life. Yeah. I mean, but see, like I miss, the baseball games and all that. And I have several clients
Well,
that,
now you'll be like, an honorary grandma. You can, it'll be a while before you go to those games.
yeah,
but-
for that. But I do have clients, their kids are in baseball. One's in Allen, the baseball up there. So I go watch him play sometimes.
That's fun.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just, that was part of my life that I really enjoyed.
My nephew is going to be a senior in high school
Oh, I
this
didn't
year.
realize he was that old.
Well, I have two. One just turned 16 yesterday, and one is 17 and will be senior quarterback this year in his high school. So I'm like, I really want to get this football scheduled so I can block out the games, because high school football is a lot of fun in Texas. And, the season
That's
goes
the one
by
that
quick.
lives down south?
Yeah, towards Houston.
Yeah.
But so there'll be some driving, but it'll be worth it.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. Road trip.
Yeah.
With the puppy
I
dog.
like a road trip. The puppy dog gets to stay home and luxury boarding a lot of the time, I think, or with friends. Would you have any trips coming up this summer? You're pretty adventurous.
I normally have tons of trips plans, but I really don't. Oh, I do have a trip. On Friday. Next Friday. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest place. I'm so
Next
excited.
Friday or
Next Friday.
Okay.
So, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. So, never been. It's right outside of Waco, so an hour and a half from Dallas, south. It's called Blue Hills Ranch. So, my girlfriend is turning 60, and she loves animals. And obviously I love animals too. So we are going to have dinner with giraffes.
What?
Yes. Outside of Waco.
Wow.
I know. So it's this ranch where you can swim with otters, have lunch with the giraffes, and then they have little cabins that you can rent. So we're going to stay 2 nights, and that's her birthday present.
That's really cool. So
Blue
it's a
Hills
girls trip to
a girls trip
to south of Waco. I haven't spent a lot of time exploring Waco. I feel like I breeze by it, going from Dallas to Austin, or I used to have family in Killeen too. So I feel like I'd always breeze by Waco, but I think there's a lot of cool activities there too for a person to do.
Well, and that's the thing. It is Waco. You can go to Fort Worth. You can go. Dallas is a hub for getting.
It's a great way to think about it. I mean, it's a good home base for a person who likes to be on the go. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. Awesome. Well, what do you wish I would have asked you?
Goodness, I don't know. I feel like we've covered a lot.
We probably have covered quite a bit.
I feel
Sometimes
like
these
we've covered
conversations go all over the place.
God, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
No, great. You're just living your best life.
Just
Serving
living
clients.
the dream.
Yeah, living the North Texas dream.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and joining us. I know our audience will love hearing your stories.
Oh,
and
you're so sweet.
Wish you all the best for the rest of this year.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
You're welcome.
Have you been thinking about moving to North Texas? Maybe you're looking in Plano, Dallas, Frisco, or the surrounding communities. Each year, our team helps dozens of families make the move to Texas. We'd love to help you begin your journey. Learn more on our website at hastingsre.com. That's HAISTINGSRE.com.